Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Ravens franchise on NFL 2K5. We have arrived at our bye week. It's week 6. Coming off the first loss of the season, I'm still not happy about how this game turned out. First, we're gonna start this one off with the current standings in the NFL. With the AFC, as you can see, we are currently leading the AFC North. We should be able to win the division. Keyword is should. Anything less than the division title is a failure this season. The Browns are off to a bad start. Bengals are off to a bad start. The Steelers are the only team right now above 500 other than us. Moving on, you got the AFC East. Currently, the Patriots are leading that division. They are the last undefeated team in the AFC at 4-0. Jets are behind them at 3-1, so it looks like it's a two-team race in that division. Dolphins are hanging around 2-3. And the Bills are in the cellar at 0-4. Next is the AFC South. You got the Colts right now, who are also 4-1. They're leading the division. Second place is Tennessee at 2-3. Jacksonville and Houston are tied in the bottom at 1-4. Last is the AFC West. Chiefs are currently leading the division at 3-1. The Raiders are behind them by half a game at 3-2. Denver and San Diego are tied for third at 2-3. In the NFC, starting with the NFC North, got the Minnesota Vikings currently 3-1. They are half a game ahead of the Packers, who are 3-2. And the Bears and Lions are tied for third place at 1-3. In the NFC East, Washington's currently in the division at 4-1. Philadelphia and Dallas are tied for second place at 2-2. And the New York Giants are currently 1-4. NFC South goes as follows. The Falcons are 5-0. They are the last undefeated team in the NFC. Behind them is Tampa Bay in second place in the division. Third place is currently the Carolina Panthers, and dead last is the Saints at 1-4. Finally, it is the NFC West. Currently, the Seahawks are 2-2, only half a game ahead of both the Rams and the Niners, who are both 2-3. And for second place, it is a three-way tie between the Rams, Niners, and Cardinals at 2-3. The only division that seems to be unclear as to who's going to win it is the NFC West. The rest of these divisions kind of look clear-cut to start the season. And then some of these teams make trade deadline moves and pick up, the missing piece or two. I think a lot of these, division standings are going to remain the way they are, unless there's like a monumental collapse due to injuries or something, which a lot of teams are suffering from the injury bug right now to start this season. How are we doing stat-wise? I do want to, from the looks of it, I think we're top 10 in total yards on offense, but I think we're dead. Yep, we're dead last in passing yards. That's to be expected. But we are leading the NFL in rushing yards with 1024. We have allowed the third fewest yards total, 12th in passing yards allowed, fewest rushing yards allowed. That's cool. I think we're 12th as well in first downs allowed. Holy shit. We have the most points off turnovers by 52. The next second team is the Raiders. What the hell, man? Our defense is great. We scored the 5th amount of points. NFL points allowed is 78. That makes we're ranked 11th in points allowed. Kyle Buller is completing 58% of his passes, up to 598 passing yards, 6 passing touchdowns, and 6. But he's been sacked 20 times, so we got to be careful with that stuff. He is currently leading the team in rushing yards at 495. That is to be expected because I just keep scrambling with the guy. He's also got a rushing tutty. Next is Jamal Lewis at 163. But he has 4 rushing touchdowns as well. Then there's Musa Smith at 212 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Then there's Cordell Stewart. He has a rushing touchdown of his own and 81 rushing yards to boot. Thought he leads the team in receptions, receiving yards, and he's only Heap and Johnson have recorded receiving touchdowns. Like that's great. That's good to know. Not a lot in terms of passing wise. But at least Derek Abney's got 4 recs, and DeVar Darling has 2 recs for 33. So we are getting the rookies kind of involved, but we'll have to see from here. Egerton Hartwell leads the team in tackles with 13. Got 2 interceptions. McAllister's got 12 tackles, deflected 4 passes, and recorded his first pick against the Chiefs. Bull Demps also has 12 tackles, 11 of them assisted, deflected 3 passes, and has picked off 1 pass himself. Ed Reed also got 12 tackles. Ray Lewis is up to 11 with a sack. Gary Baxter, meanwhile, has 10 tackles. Bowler up to 8 tackles. Weaver and Greg Suggs all have 7 tackles. Who has sacks? Bowler has 3. Douglas with Greg each 1. Hartwell and Suggs with half sack. Yeah, Baxter leads the team in passes defended, leads the team in interceptions, and is tied for first with defensive touchdowns. He, Fuller, and Demps each have defensive touchdowns. Dover is only kicking 63% of his field goals. That's pretty much on me. I gotta be better at kicking field goals at this point. I've been playing this game long enough. I gotta make these things. I also gotta get better at punting. I haven't been able to cough and corner many teams. Just one all season, and a lot of these punts have ended up being touchbacks. Rifle might be the current kick returner, but he's on thin ice after that fumble against the Chiefs, I believe. No, it was the Bengals. He's on thin ice. I hope he doesn't. I don't want him to fumble anymore this season, but if he does, well, he's just going to get demoted from being a starter in special team. League leaders, you've got Brett Favre leading the league in completions. Peyton Manning currently leads the league in completion percentage. Steve McNair leads the NFL in passing yards. Hayden leads the league in passing touchdowns. He's tied with Favre and Steve McNair for first place. Throwing the most picks right now is Jeff Garcia at 8. Next to him is Quincy Carter for the Cowboys. And throwing the fewest is Steve McNair. Leading the NFL in rushing yards is currently Edgerrin James at 504. Rushing touchdowns, it's Corey Dillon. Charlie Gardner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers leads the NFL in receptions, tied for first with Jimmy Smith and Torrey Holt. Leading the NFL in receiving yards is Torrey Holt at 457. Jerry Rice getting it done still 20 years into his career, leading the NFL in receiving touchdowns, tied with Tyrone Calico of the Titans. Adam Archuleta leads the NFL in tackles at 51. Warren Sapp leads the NFL in total sacks at 7.5. Gary Baxter is leading the NFL in passes defended. He is also leading the NFL in interceptions, and only one defensive touchdown has been recorded by any defensive player. No one has yet reached 2 defensive touchdowns on the year. Archuleta is also leading the NFL in fumbles recovered. He's also leading the NFL in forced fumbles. Right now, Mike Vanderjagt is leading the NFL in field goals made, field goals attempted, and is currently tied for 100% field goal percentage. He is not looking like the choke artist he is known for in real life. The longest kick made this year comes from Jeff Wilkins of the Rams at 56 yards. Warren Anderson is leading the NFL in field goals made from 40 to 49 yards. And Jay Feely of the Falcons is leading the NFL in field goals made from 50 yards or more. So we have had some guys get their field goals blocked. I haven't seen mine get blocked yet, but maybe one day it'll happen. Chad Stanley of the Houston Texans leads the NFL in punting yards. Chad Stanley is also in the NFL in net punting yards. Quinn Griffin leads the NFL in kick return yards with 403, and kick return touchdowns is also Quinn Griffin at 2.
This is SportsCenter. Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. We got a lot of games to cover, so let's get to it. In our first game this week, we had the Texans edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. Lito Shuffle Shepard stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Fred Taylor was responsible for over 150 yards rushing and helped his Jaguars beat the Chiefs. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Rams pick up their 3rd win of the season. Chargers, Falcons. Warwick, well done.
Such a tough runner. Splitting the backfield at the 35-yard line. And look at him stiff-arm that defender. And it opens up the hole for a touchdown.
The Falcons go on to win this by the final score of 24-10. Right by Lady Liberty in New York, we had the Jets fall by 10 points. We had a big trade also of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Well, trades aren't quite as common in the NFL nowadays as they are in other sports, certainly. But we've got news to report to you on the trading front nonetheless. Pete Kendall leaves the Cardinals and heads to the Jets. And it's clear this was an area of their football team that needed somebody. In exchange, they'll get someone to beef up their roster. David Barrett is someone that'll be a good fit for this secondary, as his aggressive instincts make him a natural out there.
Over in Oakland, we had the Raiders get nipped by 3 points. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Brad Meester might be the biggest loss on this list. A frightening moment for the NFL, but doctors are saying the spinal injury he suffered will heal in time, which is certainly good news. He's out for the rest of the season. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own mash unit. Chike Okafor sticks out on this list as one of the more costly injuries. X-rays after the game revealed it is indeed a broken leg, so he'll likely be out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. Now we'll move on to our top story of the day. Charles Woodson is going to find himself on the shelf, and that will be a major blow to his team. So that'll do it for now. Boomer, back to you.
Bengals, Browns. Jeff Garcia
Looking over the defense from the 22-yard line. And a pump fake. Everybody stops. Oh, that buys the time for the TD.
The Browns win this one by the final score of 31-20. The Patriots airmailed 300-plus yards in their victory at Gillette Stadium. The Dolphins lost on the road but will get to head home and meet the Rams. The Vikings came away with the win, and they're enjoying the view from the top of their division. Redskins, Bears. Clinton Portis
Is just shy of the midfield stripe. And takes the quick handoff with a spin. They're fooled. Nobody was deep on the left side. 10-5, touchdown.
The Redskins win this one by the final score of 17-16. Amon Green ate up over 100 yards on the ground and helped his Packers beat the Lions. And in our final game, we had the Steelers come away victorious. So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studio. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
All right, everyone, that's going to do it for this one. We will be heading into week 7, where we take on the Buffalo Bills, who have won a game. That's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys are looking forward to the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I will catch you guys next time. Be safe out there.